Welcome back to the MLG NA Xbox Pro League Finals. We are here in the grand finals of the tournament after a long 7-week regular season. And it's all coming down to this. It's Cognitive Gaming versus Eager. 2 games already in the bank, and each team own a single win.
And pretty decisive victories, I would say, for both teams off of that Cognitive Gaming. I would say surprising, you and I. I definitely thought that Eager was going to win the set coming into it. I thought it would be a 3-2, maybe a 3-1 though. And what happened was that Cognitive Gaming destroyed a hell.
Yes.
Like, they destroyed a hell composition, which is what you typically don't see. And then Eager came back and responded with, I'd say, the type of composition that they have been very successful with for the past year since they became a team. A lot of big circles, very focused on AoE teamfight potential, and then kind of disengaging and re-engaging with those healing cores on their team in the Sylvanas and the Guan Yu. Hades as well, obviously,
of course,
putting in a little bit of that as well. Game 3, though, underway. Cognitive Gaming, in their loss, has taken second pick, and this seems to be the side that both teams prefer.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen both teams opt for the first pick. Kugi looks a little bit more excited this time around, I say.
Not by much.
Just confident. A little bit more confident.
Eager, like, no thank you. You beat our hell last time. We're just going to ban it away from ourselves.
Yeah. No desire to play that. Soul banned out by Cognitive Gaming, so option back to the first pick, Eager. We'll see where they go. They're going to pay attention to Soup Kitchen's Bologna or otherwise.
That actually has been dominating Dwarst, at least in the laning phase.
Yep. Laning phase it's been, which is always an interesting conversation because the Bologna has been, as you said, high impact in the laning phase, but come team fights, Dwarst has been making the impact.
It's just massive Hades ults on players that he holds the Hades ults in time
so long
perfectly. Zhang Kui banned out. Now here's the decisive decision for Cog. Are they going to ban away Guan Yu? Because that they have to know is going to be first pick if it's locked in. No, the respect. I took mention of that too. I said, honestly, I think it's been Jelly Sylvanas that has had the biggest impact. And Eager, first pick for them. Guan Yu, I have to imagine is going to be locked in here. It's just what they've been going through for the past month now, and there it is.
Love the pick. It's highly mobile. It's both sides of the coin, both healing and aggression. And even while he's being aggressive, he's being utilitarian. Telesalt shredding those protections.
Yes.
He's doing sort of everything, really. And Eager has been able to take advantage of it.
You can see Freya there on your screen. Cognitive Gaming's mid laner. Will they decide to pick up a mid this early? It's going to be Jing Tian. That's going to Soup Kitchen more than likely. We see it in support sometimes, but it's just so good in lane. This
is one of the first times we actually get to see Xingqian played this weekend. He's been banned a lot. Teams don't want to deal with him. Kepri going to be picked alongside. So 2 very annoying gods, honestly.
Very hard to kill.
Cognitive Gaming.
Very hard to kill right now is Cognitive Gaming's lineup. And that seems to be the name of the game for a lot of these Xbox teams is some pretty tanky lineups. Throw in some heals. You can see Sambam right there. Matt Coy's to the left of him. Trying to figure out what they want to do. That Guan Yu, I would 100% say is going to the jungle. The question is, does Eager once again just want to draft kind of in that same composition? Are we going to see a Hades?
Ooh. It's interesting. Hades versus Xingqian. How does that lane go?
I have no idea.
Xingqian wins a lot of lanes, as does Hades.
Well, Xingqian doesn't actually win lane, like, until level 9, and then he doesn't win lane, he just goes even. It's just that Xingqian is just so effective in the soul lane, in team fights, I should say. But the one thing what Xingqians do very well against is warriors and physical, because he gets to build into breastplate very early on. Yeah,
so Hades is going to be selected to get rid of that situation. So the battle of the bulk over there in the solo lane is these 2 guys are tough to kill.
Look at these 5 gods. We've got 1 warrior and 4 guardians locked in. Like, just frontline massive.
I'm getting a call on my cell phone from Nemesis. She'd like to come hang out. This is the dream.
We could see it. You never know. Ho Yi going to be locked in for Cray the Outlaw. That's going to be the 3rd time in a row he's played that god.
I like the Freya ban by Cognitive Gaming. It's a situation
especially
where,
if you're running tanks.
Exactly. If you're running tanks, it's a good pickup. It was very strong in the hands of Air Cougar, specifically against the Ho Yi. And it was one of those picks where the Freya didn't run the game, right? The Freya wasn't in control of the entire game, but did a lot of strong work.
I would imagine, I would argue to say that Eager would immediately draft Neath Freya. They would draft their same lineup with the Sobek instead of the Sylvanas, if that was the case. Thor take it away from Xing. His Bastet still available, although Bastet doesn't work too well into this lineup.
Yeah, it doesn't work well into the lineup as far as the tanks are concerned.
He just, the Bastet will just tickle him. He could still play it, though. The massive pin build actually does very well against Guardians, although it's very hard to jump in and not take poke.
To survive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Taking a look at Dwarst here. He's likely going to be playing the Hades, going up against the Xing Qian.
I felt it was going to be Hunbots, but Hunbots also not very effective against Guardians. Like, it creates a lot of space, but you don't get a ton of damage off.
Yeah, there's no real way to capitalize.
This frontline lineup that Igor has drafted is just so menacing, and there's the Neath once again. Will it be the Kronos, though?
No, it's going to be the Xbalanque. So either way,
Hunter.
Late game Hunter coming out for Air Cougar.
All the magical damage, though, right now, relying on Hades and Sobek, and this Xing Jin is going to be able to itemize very effectively against Igor. Like, just stack physical defense. He's not really worried about the Hades at all. Maybe pick up an early Gaia in lane to survive. Outside of that, there's just not going to be anything, and his health pool is going to be too much for Hades to handle.
Cognitive Gaming have one pick left.
I'm saying Bologna.
It's Chonga.
I guess they wouldn't have anything to do in mid lane. Kind of locked themselves away with Kepri Xing in that regard.
You can always put Xing Qian wherever you want.
I'm just trying to figure out why they picked Chang'e here. Like, the healing is there from Igor, but it's not. I mean, every god has a little bit of healing outside of Xbalanque, who will have lifesteal, obviously, eventually. But I just don't know what this Chang'e is bringing against Igor. I mean,
so let me ask you quickly: do you disagree with it, or do you just not understand it?
I'm disagreeing because I don't understand it.
Got it.
Give me 10 minutes into this game, and I'll tell you.
Sure. There you go.
And I'll let you know why they picked Chang'e here into 3 front lines and 2 hunters who are just going to never be close to her.
Because interesting.
Because the only people she's going to be close to are going to be the Guan Yu, Hades, and the Sobek, which are going to be doing more damage with their abilities than she will, assuming the hunters position themselves appropriately.
Right.
Melee mages do not work in Smite right now. They're all low tier, although they can be played in certain situations. Don't get me wrong. There's Ao Kuang, there is Haba, and there's Chang'e. All considered bottom tier picks because melee mages get blown up in this frontline meta.
With the Moonlight Dance, though, gives Chang'e another button to press.
It can jump out of Hades, but in that regard, just go Agni again. Like, Freya played a very good Agni last game.
Yep. We'll see how this Chang'e...
Even a Raw.
We'll see how the Chang'e winds up, because it's one of those things where Epsilon played it a lot, but the Chang'e mid has made its rotations around the Xbox scene.
They also have no pressure, though. Like, Chang'e Hunbats, it's just like Epsilon in their first game of this tournament. They ran Chang'e Nemesis, and they got invaded because they have no pressure for 25, 30 minutes, and you can't wait 25, 30 minutes to start playing Smite.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're going to lose Gold Furies and Phoenixes even. I think they surrendered at 18 minutes into that game. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen, but it's going to be a rough one for Cognitive Gaming to get into this. I'll be interested to see if Igor are going to elect to start the invade. I mean, they have the Neath Guan Yu. They win early game.
They do. They do. We'll see how Cognitive responds. I really want to see this Chang'e work. I like the idea of the Chang'e mid. Well, I just like the idea of seeing Chang'e. I think she's an exciting character.
Chang'e is my favorite god. Don't get me wrong. Chang'e is my favorite goddess in the game, but
I see the
I
same
haven't played her in months for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I see the same negatives as you, realistically. I mean, the ultimate is going to be strong, but really, who is your damage dealer on this team? And it's Ho Yi. Percent damage from Xing Qian, sort of. I mean, the main damage dealer is.
And once again, you're going into this eager lineup that thrive in extended engagements.
Yes.
They want to fight and then disengage and then re-engage. They've got 2 hunters, and a lot of it will come down to their hunters, right? Can Sambam and Air Cougar position themselves effectively to not get blown up by Lispy and Freya? And I'm assuming they're going to be able to. Sambam, though, taking a lot of poke, was not familiar, though,
with the
Chang'e. So maybe there's that.
That is definitely something to think about, how these players react against what is seemingly newer things to worry about, right? I mean, the Chang'e mid is definitely not what you would consider meta, normal,
no,
standard. I don't know, you got any other adjectives?
I'm out.
It is out of the ordinary, to say the least. So watching Eager adjust and learn to play against it. I'm sure they've dealt with it in scrims a handful of times, but they're definitely going to have to watch out.
Cray, is the pluck available? Cray going to jump over. Air Cougar going to take a little bit of poke in response, but he's going to win that trade against Cray the Outlaw. A couple more autos, but Air Cougar took a lot of poke as well.
Great play by Gustavi. The entire time blocking out Jelly's pluck, and now here's the abduct.
Oh, Jelly!
Jelly this time around blocks out the abduct at the last moment. Both of these supports are really making sure to protect their hunters.
Jelly is so good. I've gained immense of respect for this player in this tournament. He has played phenomenally. He was probably one of the main reasons they beat XGN, and right now in this set has been playing out of his mind. That body block saved Air Cougar's life 100%.
Jelly was a huge part of the team's win in Atlanta as well. I mean, he soloed a player as Sylvanas. It's what the man does. Lispy 37, level 4, not quite 5.
Air Cougar has no idea. Based on his position, he's actually towards the jungle there. There goes the flip onto Gustavi.
That's a strong
and
slow.
Lispy going straight for Jelly. Nowhere to go, buddy. You're slowed. Creeping curse. Cray finds the last hit. First blood going the way of Cognitive Gaming.
Great play early on. Again, Hunbats is a character that is not the same character before level 5 as he is after it, and the ability to use the slow and utilize the remainder of Hunbats' kit before that Fear No Evil comes online and find that kill is very hard to do. Cognitive combined the slow with a little bit more stuff. Cray the Outlaw gets first blood in the long lane.
But going to Sobek, or dying on Sobek, not the worst thing in the world. Unfortunately for Air Cougar, though, it was Cray who got that first blood. Going to be able to get those boots online very fast. Looks like he's going into the boots soul eater build, which we see a lot of players do if they want to play it safe. Got early mobility.
Also, immediate efficiency.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about stacking up your item as you would with Transcendence or
a little better
Devo
curve.
gloves.
It's not a power spike, it's a power curve.
Exactly. It's about being effective immediately rather than in the late game, or not late game, but later on, which is pretty much the same conversation that we've had a lot more with Ethereal Staff versus Warlock Sash. You get immediate efficiency rather than waiting a couple of minutes.
Can we take a look at how much gold Sambam has? It's really, we're looking for 1,400 is when he's going to be able to finish off his Transcendence. 1,200 so far. So one more way for him. He'll be able to back and get that Transcendence, but it'll be an awkward timed back if he wants to go the second he has that gold, because the mid camps will be starting to spawn and he won't be able to get back in time. I'll be interested to see if he elects to just back and give up mid camps or try and control the pressure. I would like to see him control the pressure, especially against a Freya. Or excuse me, not Freya, but
Chunga.
A Chunga played by Freya. Man, this is the worst.
No, Dwarfs and Soul Lane.
This is just a set and a half.
We got you, Kevin. 2-on-2 in the mid lane. Pretty standard as we are. Ultimate online for the Monkey. Team Eager has to be careful about their positioning. A good jump slow into a totem puts Matt Koiz in a horrible position, but he dashes out of the route. Smart play, and teams will head to their respective sides to pick up the mids.
We're going to be trading out mid camps here, and then likely to see Sambam back. You can already see him heading back to the base. Dead even in gold, basically. 32 separating them. 600 experience in favor of Team Eager, however. That's actually, so that's that low pressure I was talking about, right? So even though Cognitive Gaming got 500 gold from First Blood, game dead even, rotation by Matt Koiz looking for Cray the Outlaw, who's the one who got that First Blood. Air Cougar putting in the autos, but Cray the Outlaw actually hiding in his own minions. Knock up, no, Cray's trying to get out, but the Poison Darts will finish him off. Air Cougar finds that one.
Thankfully, the Poison Darts finished him off. A little bit of a misplay coming out by Matt Koiz, but all is forgotten as the kill winds up on the scoreboard. One kill on the side of Eager, and most importantly, it goes to the Shivalanke. That's 5 free power. I guess not free. He had to pay for it with a kill. But
and he's also now evened up directly with Cray. Cray only 100 gold ahead of Air Cougar now. Matt Koy is going to be doing the red buff for Sambam. He'll pick that up, and back to farming so far. Team Eager actually hasn't been very aggressive, I'd say, with their Neath. Guan Yu been pretty wary of the Chang'e Hunbats. There is a lot of AoE potential, at least until they get their items online, and that's when they can really start swinging the poke, especially onto that Chang'e.
Yeah, the Chang'e is... I mean, Chang'e is such an interesting target, because she immunes whatever she wants, whether it's the initiation or the strong hit that happens in the middle of the fight.
I mean, you get CC Channer, so she can't get that off.
Exactly.
And the startup time actually is pretty decent, so you can interrupt it. If the second you start to see it, you can interrupt it, although it's a very small window. There's still the possibility, though.
6 minutes on the clock here, or just underneath. All tied up. Absolutely all tied up. This is pretty much what we saw early on in game number 2 as well. Teams being very calculated, not really stepping out of position too hard. And then really what wound up happening was Eager snuck a couple of Gold Furies just by way of pure vision. We're seeing Cognitive make the adjustment there, and Cognitive is going to start the Gold Fury for just a moment, really just to drop the ward. So the vision there in favor of Cog, and Eager quickly turns that around.
4 members of Eager rotating in, making sure they could get that counter ward back out. Xing, though, waiting around the corner. Cray, the outlaw, as well, but they're not going to find anything. Air Cougar going to make it back to lane successfully. Xing has made a trip it back to left lane, though. It looks like for game 3, he wants to shut down Air Cougar.
Yeah, he's got the slow. It's going to miss, but this time the ultimate is
he comes
online
to
as
No,
well. Dash will take Air Cougar out of the fight. He's got 5 HP, if that. He's going to be safe and sound, but woof. That was a close one.
Yeah, you saw 52 there, likely about 20 when he took that last auto before the HP 5 started healing him up. But I have to say, right there, both Xing and Cray got stunned by the Jablanque ult. If they didn't, maybe they could have been able to chase, although it would have been risky.
Not even maybe, that was a kill.
And you saw Jelly there also, very nicely able to help out Air Cougar there. You could see the rest of Eager rotate, or the rest of Cog rotating and trying to lock him down, as he was one hit, not able to do it. Xing Tian rotating in, but Dwarf's actually going to dash onto this Chang'e. Freya, nowhere to go. Going to get out of the Hades ult, but I mean, where else are you going to go? You're Chang'e. One more hit. Dwarf finds that kill. Soup gets you going to throw Dwarf into the tower. Whirlwind down, and right now, Cognitive Gaming, they're going to have to back off, even with Gustavi's rotation.
Love the decision right there coming out of the solo later. Dwarf, he grabs the ultimate, grabs 2 in it, and Chang'e's the kill target, and he stops channeling the ultimate intentionally to go ahead and take the kill onto the Chang'e. Love the decision. That was a decision to cancel that ult. And because of that, Eager winds up with another kill on the board.
Air Cougar going to be jousting out Cray here. Jelly rotating in, and Eager up about 1,000 gold. This is even with Cognitive Gaming having that first blood. This is what I expected. They have the high pressure team earlier on, at the very least in the mid and jungle combination. It's just Xing and Freya just have no pressure at all. They can't invade. It's very hard for them to fight, especially into the Guan Yu, who's going to be tanking up soon. He finishes Bluestone. Next is going to be Breastplate. It's going to be hard for them.
Yeah, I mean, Xing, the Funeral Weevil was strong. I mean, we would probably be seeing a different tune right now if Air Cougar had died in that gank. And that was really, like we said, he survived with what, 22 HP? It was a crit away.
That was different. That was a well-timed gank that Air Cougar wasn't aware of. It wasn't a 2-on-2 fight where they both could see each other and it's going to break out at a moment's notice.
Very true. Very true.
A surprise gank is a little bit different. In Eager right now, they're taking their aggression and they're trying to steal away this blue buff. Jump in by Xing, jump out by Xing. And Eager, they're not successfully stealing anything right now, just wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, not going to be enough there for the guys on Eager, but a big grouping here on the right. Air Cougar by himself on the left, finally going to make the rotation. Air Cougar, no lifesteal. So
nowhere for Freya to go. She's going to die immediately here. One more hit.
Oh, big hit out of both the support and the solo laner on the side of Eager. Jelly gets a kill for that one. Dwarf's going to heal up just a little bit. Cognitive Gaming trying to make things happen as there's 3 members here, all half HP. They're all wounded, and Air Cougar lurking in the corner. If Cognitive engage, Jelly might force them. Air Cougar's going to wind up in the middle of everything. Jelly just forcing his team to engage, and here they come. Matt Coys, they put Gustavi in the ground once, and they'll do it again. Air Cougar with the 2nd kill on him.
Team Eager find 2 kills deep in the jungle. I believe they stole away the speed buff as well, and now they're looking at the mid lane. They have the Guan Yu. They're going to start healing up, and that's going to be a tier 1 tower as well. Cray has been split pushing on the left-hand side, but I don't even think he's going to be able to get this tower. He doesn't have enough of the wave, and you can already see Air Cougar rotating back in. Cray recognizes that. He'll have to back off. Gold Fury not going to be started.
And if Cray, the hunter, can't take the tower on the left-hand side, that Xing Tian is certainly not going to be able to do it, especially with Dwarfs teleporting over there to play some defense as well. So Eager, they come up on top in the mid lane.
I honestly think this game was decided when Chang'e was locked in. As long as Eager play it properly, I don't.
You know what's going to happen?
Don't have the damage.
You know what's going to happen now? Chang'e is going to get a 5-man stun into a 5-man Hun Bat's ultimate, and Cognitive Game is going to win off a single fight. Because you said that. They call that the old commentator's curse.
And then Eager is going to be so tanky that they take all those ultimates and they're going to be a half-life and above, and then they're going to all heal up with Guan Yu, and they're like, okay, that was fun.
Makes sense.
I'm just saying. Because Eager, they tank up too. They don't just they don't just pick gods that are very sustain and tanky based. They'll like, Guan Yu goes breastplate. He's already starting it.
After his Bluestone pendant.
Lispy here in the mid lane. Eager looks like they want to fight. Let's actually take a listen to Eager's comments. Jelly tries to find a pick onto Freya.
Two down. She's slowed. Chunga. That's how Metzl. I don't care.
Watch out for Capriel.
Finish off Chunga.
That's Capriel. That's fine. I'm
heal
in.
What? Push. I'm here with Hole. Go, Chunga.
Yep.
Shing 10 ult.
I can beat it. Okay, combat Shing 10.
This is Gage.
Careful map.
I'm heal one. I'm really low.
Heal up and just go. No, heal up and go. No.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's better.
I have a heal too.
My ult's up.
Heal.
Alright, I can. Let me ward gold.
I'm gonna have. I got to work.
Okay.
I have no mana for a 3.
I'm gonna drop a weave right here.
I have
in case they come.
For a 3.
Are we peeling off?
No, try to burst us if they don't. Yeah, if they come, I
think I can zone him.
Burst.
I don't burst. Nice.
Alright, get out. Everyone just escape.
No.
Jelly.
I had no mana.
Yeah, I just burned my ult for that.
Yeah.
Wanted to secure.
Yeah, it's fine. It's better safe than sorry. It's up in like fucking 30 seconds anyway.
I dropped the weave, so like as soon as she takes
What a great time to ride along with the Turtle Beats team chat as we hear Eager take out the fight, take out the tier 1, not the tier 2, but the Gold Fury. They made that decision halfway through.
2,700 gold in the lead is Eager right now. And this Chang'e was dove 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
And just could not do anything. And Cognitive Gaming, they just didn't have the damage to lock down Matt Goys. You saw him super low, but he just kept healing up, and Eager able to successfully get the Gold Fury and a tier 1 tower and the pick on the Chang'e because of it.
And the Chang'e right there, I mean, you listen to it in the comms, it was all about the 2 is down. As soon as that Moonlight Waltz is over, Kevin, Chang'e is a sitting duck. And Cognitive or Eager, they killed her twice. They killed her, kept re-resed her, they killed her again.
Now Matt Koi's Dwarst. Looks like they want to pressure this tier 1 tower onto Soup Kitchen, but I think they'll actually back up out of this one. It's going to be hard to take a solo lane tower 2v1, at least this early in the game.
Big grouping by Cog on the left side. In front of Air Cougar, not behind him, worth noting, so not looking for the kill. Gold Fury is already down, so not looking for the objective either. Shing's going to back, which leaves only 3.
Dwarst has just started stacking as well. Gray getting aggressed onto Air Cougar. Gonna pet out some autos, but awkwardly timed. And now the rest of the team looking at Gustavi in the jungle. Nowhere to go. He's gonna be stunned out by the Guan Yu. Res himself, but still surrounded by 4 members. Jelly gonna secure that one. 2-1 into Sobek, and Jelly continues to make sure he has the highest kills in the game. Or tries to. Oh, he's looking for a pluck. Oh, he caught up Cray, the outlaw. He's going to be able to jump over the wall in just a second. Not enough time. Matt Goys. The damage going to be enough, and this is going to be a tier 1 tower on left. Hoonbots Chang'e in the mid lane going to try and take a tier 1 of their own in the meantime.
Listen, Jelly is coming out. Whether it's a Sylvanas pull, I'll bring you to me, or a Sobek pluck, I'll bring you to them. He's just delivering kills to his team.
Look at Dwarst in the mid lane too.
Series.
He's going to be able to successfully defend this. I mean, Xing, he has no minions, and Dwarst is just going to 2v1 chase them out of here.
Eager.
Look at the rotation, nowhere to go. Freya's going to find his 4th death. You can't pick melee mages right now, man. Not against tanky
That's not even the story about melee mage. That's just a story of being alone in the wrong hood.
That's true.
5 players just surrounding you. We've seen that 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times on this map in the past 1 minute.
Eager, 5,700 gold lead right now. Tier 2's down on the left-hand side. 7,000 experience. Cray the Outlaw and Air Cougar are even, but right now I'm looking at the support. Jelly is 3 levels above Gustavi, who's in kind of the same boat as Freya, just getting picked off in these engagements. Not much he can do as a Kepri.
I mean, Jelly's been showing up to play in all of these games this series, all of these games this tournament, really, both today and yesterday. It's all just a lot of what Eager has been allowed to do has been by way of what Jelly's delivered to them, and that's a big part of it. A lot of times supports wind up playing a back seat, not for Eager. Not at all. 8-1 are the kills, 15.5 into game number 3. Eager find themselves with a 6,000 gold lead off of a Gold Fury, some towers, and some very powerful picks. Take a look at that KDA on the top of Matt Koi's. 2-0-6. He's sporting a flat number 5.
Air Cougar as well, right behind him, 3-0-3. Hasn't been a part of every kill like Matt Koi's, but been a part of the ones that mattered for him. And he's got 3 stacks right now, which I think is something important to note on that passive. Jablanque, every kill he gets up to 6 kills, 5 extra power. And he already has the branching bolas do 50 bonus damage. So Jablanque has the potential for the highest crit, I believe, of any hunter, correct?
Yes.
Just because he has so much base.
Yep. Because of the damage on the bolas, like you mentioned, base power and that passive as well. If it's stacked up all the way to 6, it can be devastating.
Time spent dead right now. The only one who's died so far on the side of Team Eager is Jelly. Freya, 16 minutes in, 2 of those minutes have been spent dead.
He's 0-4-0. What happens? He's been focused by Eager for, good reason. As you said, many times, melee mages just can't play him because they get focused.
Ao Kuang as well in that talks. We've seen him fall off. The only reason he worked is because he had 100-0 burst potential.
Yes. And there's always an execute.
Yeah, it's 100. Well, that was part of the 100-0, right? It's like 100 to 30% and then an execute. Eager baiting this Gold Fury. They know they could do it, but they look like they want to fight. The Soul Laner's still over there on the right-hand side. Matt Koi's going to get plucked by Kefri. Actually beat, surprisingly. And Air Cougar going to reposition himself, recognizing that he may not be in the best spot.
That Gold Fury was down below 50% HP.
I'm surprised that Eager didn't commit to it. I'm assuming they just want to bait a fight.
Yeah,
you can see Jelly looking for a pluck.
First person, there it is.
Gustavi.
Plucked into the wall, but Gustavi still already down. Body blocks by Jelly. Smacked in the face by Koi. He's going to get stunned as soon as that ultimate's over. But here comes Xing. Jelly secures the kill anyway, but the ultimate out of Hunbats sends Eager into disarray and winds up being an even trade. 1-for-1, but Air Cougar turns it around. It's a 2-for-1 on Eager. Gold Fury started by the blue team.
Cray, no ultimate. Lispy, no ultimate. Soul Laners have now rotated, but you can see Soup Kitchen a couple steps behind, and that Gold Fury, it's already at 13%. It's just going to be given up, and Eager once again going to take the lead. Soup Kitchen, though, caught out. He's stunned out by the ultimate coming from Neath. He's going to jump away. Air Cougar needs to find a couple more hits to lock him down. It's going to be Matt Koi shredding through his protections. Nowhere to go. One more hit. Dworst secures that one, and Eager right now, 9,500 experience, 8,000 gold in the lead. This is their game to lose.
Just being alone again, one more time. Cognitive Gaming like lambs to the slaughter, walking in by themselves. Just not a good look for the squad. We need to see more unification, honestly. That's been the theme, the motif for Cognitive this specific game, Kevin, is I see COG by themselves too often.
Well, that's the thing. Team Eager, most of the time, looking for these big AoE teamfight ultimates. This time, they don't. They have it a little bit, not as strong, I'd say, as their game 2. But Cognitive Gaming, they have the Chang'e, they have the Jingtian, they have the Suns coming out from Hou Yi, and then they have Fear No Evil from Hunbats. Like, they are entirely big teamfight circles, and we haven't seen a single teamfight for them. We've just seen players getting picked off, like you said.
That's the reason why there's an 11 on the Eager side and just a 2 on the side of Cognitive with respect to the kills, because Cognitive have been by themselves, so they're getting a pick. We saw the kill in the long lane. It was a gank, right? But we haven't seen these team fights come together.
Cray the Outlaw, once again, 2 games in a row, only 1 ward placed so far, still behind Air Cougar. And I'm assuming Air Cougar is only placing those sentries, make sure to get that Gold Fury vision. Look at this, Jelly still looking for a pick. 5 members of Eager, 4, grouped up. I believe Dworst is about to teleport in.
Jelly looking for a pluck. Tail whip is strong. They've already surrounded Lispy. His ultimate is out. It's done. Now the aggression is strong. Air Cougar. Pluck's going to miss out of Jelly, but Sam Bam from a distance gets him with the ultimate.
Dworst.
And Dworst off the top side. There's the ultimate. 1 kill already down. Xing Chen going to make an impact for Cognitive Gaming, however. And Dworst will fall for it. Fantastic play by Soup Kitchen to turn that one around. With that said, Eager's already taken out the tier 2. Still looking at the Phoenix.
Cray the Outlaw going to have to jump away, but I mean, that fight, it looked like it was starting to turn in Cognitive Gaming's favor, but the healing from Matt Goy is too much. Phoenix down. That's a win for Eager. They trade out 1 for 2, and still they get the tier 2 and that Phoenix. I mean, right now, Eager, this is just so far ahead.
And that right there, watching the solo laner die because he's in front of the team, that's standard.
And Freya was like 1 hit too.
Yeah.
The Chang'e was like 1 hit away from death too. Almost a 3-for-1. 10K gold in the lead now, Team Eager. And still, that 12,000 experience is big as well, considering that no one is level 20 on the board yet.
Not at all.
Unless Dwarst is. I'm not sure if Dwarst is.
He might be.
He'll
playing
be like,
that solo
he's
lane.
either 19 or 20. He's 19, so that's a raw experience lead.
You want to talk about lead? Can you tell me the difference in gold between Dwarst and Soup Kitchen?
Some number above 2,000.
That is a large lead.
25.
For Eager solo laner. Wow. Just the breakdown right there. Cognitive not having their happiest game here. Interesting switch from the last one. Eager just looking very strong right here, honestly. And I like to play at a Soup Kitchen. I think that worked out well.
Can we actually see player damage as well? I really want to see where this Chang'e has been sitting. Actually, Chang'e, 7,000. So he's actually been getting a lot more damage off than I would have expected to.
Agreed. Agreed. Right now, one of the problems for Cognitive Gaming has been what we talked about as a positive for Cog a lot of the time. Ching sitting very low at 4,500 damage.
That's actually what we've seen a lot from Thors and Humbats as of late, is if they can't get rolling early or start like winning some mid-game team fights, they just have no damage on the board. Just a lot of times under the sports, it was the same with game 2 as well. Xing on that Humbats was just so far behind the rest of his team.
The Fear No Evils have not been in the right places. It's a rough one for Cognitive because, like we said, the team doesn't win or lose by Xing, but he's a big part of it. Eager aggressing onto the Fire Giant. Let's listen in while they take on this objective.
Yeah, look for Chang'e.
That's their heaven. I got Chang'e. Chase Chang'e.
I got a stun, I got a stun, I got a
Nice,
stun.
nice, good. That's good.
That's their ult, that's their ult.
I'm ulting.
Ulting
I got
you,
fire.
right.
Nice, nice, nice. Just go fire, just go fire. Okay,
Go fire, go fire.
Who needs Blink when I have Soup Kitchen to throw me into their team? Thanks, bro.
PM shots
Oh,
fired.
shit. I gotta heal. I'm healing.
I'm taking.
I gotta heal every 4 seconds.
Oh
I'm gonna leash
no!
it off to somebody else.
Just stand next to me.
Oh, Kappa.
Only thing that can steal is Humbats ult.
All zone.
No, Humbats all
Check,
down.
check, check.
Humbats all down. Ah! Back line.
Holy shit. We grouped
Go
all the
straight
lava
right.
puddles.
Go straight right.
Oh, okay.
We had 2 down. We can still see down. And a Phoenix down.
By the time we get the Phoenix, he's gonna be up.
Yeah, that's. Do you guys need back? Just back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Diviner in here.
Who needs Blink, man?
I mean, who needs Blink when you got Soup Kitchen to throw them into the enemy? Eager winding up on top of the fight, the Fire Giant ready to go. I mean, again, the classic, it feels weird calling a play classic at this point, but the classic Eager play. We're going to pretend to start the Fire Giant and then just fight you. It's scripted at this point.
Every team knows it, but you got to defend it either way. You can't just give them free objectives like that. And Eager, with a couple more kills than Fire Giant under their wing, 13,000 gold, 14,000 experience, which is still pretty big considering Dwarst, the only level 20 on the board. Air Cougar very close, but the rest of his team level 17s and 16s. Look at that XP per minute coming out from the Hades. 100 over this next highest person, which is Air Cougar on that Jablanque.
Gold Fury going to be started here as well by Team Eager. Very quickly destroyed, adding to their lead.
Cray. Okay, Cray recognized it in time. He almost walked a couple more steps, but they're going straight out of Chang'e. Freya forced to beats there. Those are beats 3, so 90 seconds. Not the worst thing in the world, but with Eager traveling up this left-hand side Phoenix, it could be rough. And Kepri was split pushing that whole time.
Kepri was split pushing.
Got a little bit of farm, I think.
Kepri was split pushing, and Jelly the Sobek has the attack speed buff. Let's take a look at these guys
what
trying
is
to
this?
aggress
This is
on.
a 2v5.
There's the counter initiation. Blink in from Xing, trying to make it. Gustavi just gonna fall as Matt Koiz takes out the kill right there. Ooh, Freya gonna be knocked up. Freya gonna be slowed and killed. Air Cougar with another one. 6 to cap out his passive.
You can see now with 2 members dead, Soup Kitchen going to be throwing Guan Yu into the wall, putting out a little bit of percent damage, but now, I mean, he's stuck in place. He's getting knocked back by Sobek. Nowhere to go. Air Cougar to find that kill.
Wow.
There's only 2 players left alive for Cognitive Gaming to defend this, but it's not going to be happening. Titan being aggressed onto Team Eager. Going to go up 2-1 in the Smite MLG Xbox Championship.
That was a play that was a Phoenix and retreat. Because of the engagement that happened, that was a Phoenix in the win. And right now,
Matt Koiz
is amped.
He's feeling it after that game. He's like, give me Guan again. I dare you.
Yeah, I mean, this squad looks so strong right now. Eager, there is I don't know what stops them.
That last fight from Cognitive Gaming was honestly atrocious. Jington was clearing out the mid wave for some reason. I think there was still another fire wave, which is fair. But the problem was that Eager were aggressing on the left-hand side Phoenix, and there's only 3 members of Cognitive Gaming to defend. You either give it up or you have to engage as 5. They engaged as 3. They lost the fight very quickly, and you could see just like you said, lambs to a slaughter, one at a time, rolling into there, and slowly they lost. They were probably going to lose that game anyway, to be fair. Sure. I mean, they were so far behind, but you don't want to have your last stand be 100% guaranteed to lose by going in 3v5.
Yeah, it was rough all throughout the game. Only 3 total kills for Cog throughout the entire match.
The Chang'e did more damage than I actually expected her to, but don't pick Chang'e. At least not into that composition. That was probably the worst mid they could have picked.
Yeah, the Chang'e definitely presented some issues, but I mean, what mid would have changed the way Eager played that game?
Anything. Any mage. Agni, Poseidon, Ra, anything that actually has damage and can't get picked because they're in the front line. Like maybe Ra, right? Ra's kind of front line as well, but he has the healing, and he could look to build pretty tanky earlier on, stack a Warlock.
Ra just gets punished and smoked.
By what?
Anybody that's able to just stop him and prevent him. He's got a little bit
How
of
is Ra
movement speed.
worse than Chang'e, though?
I mean, worse than Chang'e, sure. I'm asking what character would have made the impact to change.
Anything over Chang'e was better there. That was honestly the worst god they could have picked. Eager first picked 3 tanky lineups, including a Guan Yu, and ran the same composition that they have been successful with this entire tournament, and you do the worst god to pick into that, which is a Chang'e, right? Maybe it can work if it's not like a core damage healer that you needed, but in the last spot where they had low pressure in their soul lane, they had low pressure in their jungle, you can't pick a low pressure mid as well. You just lose. And that's exactly what happened. They got out pressured. And even though Cognitive Gaming had that first blood, they had 500 gold, 2 kills later, they were down 2,000 gold for nothing but farm because they got out pressured. It's the same thing. It's the same thing Epsilon did in game 1 of this tournament. They picked Chang'e Nemesis. No pressure. You can't have no pressure in your core. You're guaranteed to lose. Same thing happened there.
We'll take a look. Eager, they need 1 more to win. Will they take the first pick, first ban Chang'e? We'll see in just a few.